Say it in common. Say it in common.
You're listening to Say It in Common, where we talk about it all, not just Dungeons and Dragons. I'm AJ Cannon.
Seth Templin.
And Dustin Foltz here.
Tyrel will be with us shortly, hopefully. I forgot to tell Anthony that we were doing this, so that's why he's not here.
And he's felt bad about it for the past hour.
Yep. That's all I have to say. Take it away, Seth.
All right. This is coming on.
Oh, actually, this is brought to you by Tiger Skull
Always
RPG.
Brought to you by Tiger Skull RPG.
As always. And Commoners 15 at checkout, 15% off, all caps, 15% off on all STL files at tigerskullrpg.com.
And man, I can't wait to bring more Tiger Skull stuff into the... We're getting close.
Yep, very soon.
We're dropping our second episode of 5th edition Face Off. Go to YouTube, check that out. Leave us a comment, see who you think's going to win.
It'll be out by the time you're listening to this. So
Usually.
Warlock is number 1.
You can tell who played the Warlock.
Yeah.
That's actually what's dropping. Warlock versus... Wizard?
Magic versus Magic.
This was it was a fun one. We won't spoil who won it, but...
Yeah.
All right, so this on the last episode of the Commoners of D&D.
Keeping it common.
Yeah, keeping it common. This was...
It was exciting.
It's a lot more role-playing than anything. Like, we focused on making sure that it made sense story-wise, how you're becoming a bard.
Yeah, we had to role play that because we had already leveled up before.
That was a lot of fun.
And I was like, well, I'm already a bard, but don't know anything.
So we wanted to make it look like Bryce was teaching him a little bit. Trying to keep everything story straight instead of just like suddenly magical powers materialize for no good reason.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're moving on up. I mean, Rast got promoted basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rast.
That was exciting. I actually expected him to make a plea to stay.
Did not expect him to take it, yeah.
I mean...
Well, you made him think that he was going to die.
I feel responsible because I just didn't want him to walk in there and be like, "Yo, Duke Hornbeam, you're a big stupid idiot head, and I think you should kill all of us." And it's just he did this. It's the same. I was worried about him repeating his same like temperament towards the last guy that got him sitting here.
You don't know though that like really made Kyle really like Gillard. Like Gillard and Kyle are
I'm apparently
they're BFFs
his best
now.
friend.
Yeah.
Well, and it does show that, I mean, Gillard, obviously he's trying to get the best out of everybody, so he doesn't want anybody to die. At the same time, I think he cares about us.
I just heard a door shut.
I think I just heard a wild Tyrel appear.
Yep. And then there was something else we were trying to role play into. What was it?
The Tate's his vision or whatever.
Yes, that was a blast for me. Oh, I've been wanting to bring his deity into it again so much. Yes. And he's finally taking cleric, so I was like, all right, this is a good time. He's going to have to make a decision. Is he going to follow this person or not? And
yeah, that was cool.
Come on in! Our traditional dogs barking at people walking into our house.
Come on, Tyrell, take a seat. We just started like 3 minutes ago.
Come on in.
No, it's cool. Okay. We just said you'd be here later, and sure enough, you appeared.
Now you're here. Yeah, that was...
That you had left? Yeah. Yeah. I said probably as soon as I hit the record button, he'll come in. But
and we're not far off.
Yep.
We were just talking about the campaign.
We were just about to ask you how you felt about things.
Viper. Oh, Tyrell nearly killed her.
Now, having the vision and, like, he's marked. Like, he has not got to cast a spell yet, but that fingerprint on his forehead is going to be a shining beacon every time he casts.
You gonna make that his material, his clerical focus?
Yeah, maybe.
Make it glow or something. That'd be cool.
He's gonna shoot beams out of his forehead.
Yes.
Yep. It's pretty wild.
That's a cleric spell.
Yeah.
5th level, I think.
Forehead beam.
Forehead beam.
His beacon of hope just right out of the forehead.
Yeah.
I had an encounter planned. I was going to have y'all fight 2 trolls at the same time, see how y'all did against that. That would have been fun.
At level 6, they probably could have handled 3, honestly.
That would have...
But I looked at their stat block. They don't do damage.
Yeah.
The thing about the Chimera is its breath could take down multiple people. And when you're considering how nasty a monster is, it's all about how many players they can take out in one turn.
That's true.
Trolls, all they do is like claw and bite. I mean, yes, they could take down one person in a turn, but that's not really considered very threatening. So I think 3, it would have come down to the same thing. They're just how tactical they are. And the things have changed a lot since they first got to the academy, I will say. And they are much more tactically oriented, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But we never got to it.
That's okay.
Y'all decided to role play out the session, and
it was scary.
Yeah, a little sneak around.
yeah.
So what was your inspiration for L Block? That was pretty cool.
Dude, I seriously make everything up as I go.
I don't know how you thought of that it's ransacked. Like what?
Lord of the Flies, I believe, is what you said, which I thought was really cool.
I don't think I said that. I think someone else said that, but I was,
Okay. Well, somebody said.
I agreed with it. Yeah. Without.
Hello? Yeah, I didn't tell you when we were doing Say It in Common.
He's on the phone with Anthony Tate right now, having to give him the bad news that he's
that was my fault.
an
because
hour and 15 minutes
suck
late.
as a human.
Listen to the
So
depression in his
we
voice.
decided to do it at 4:45, so we're actually in the middle of it right now. Hold on.
Say hi, Anthony.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're just fading in and out.
Okay, just say hello to the people real quick.
Hello, people.
Can we get a Tiger Skull RPG from you?
Did he say something about a dinosaur?
He said, "Can we get a Tiger Skull RPG from you?"
Tiger Skull RPG.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, I forgot to tell you when we were doing it, and I feel really bad, and I'm sorry, and I can't wait to see you here in a little bit.
So, wait, what time did y'all start?
4:45.
You started at 4:45.
Yeah.
I can get there in 40 minutes.
Maybe you can say hi as we say bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, if
Just-
you get here,
Just
you
be thinking of your thoughts and concerns for when you get in.
So, yeah, I mean, if you get here, yeah, you can pop in.
Okay, I'll pop in. Sorry, I thought, my bad.
No, it's my fault,
AJ's
Anthony. It's
fault.
completely my fault.
Completely AJ's fault.
You were waiting on to figure out what time,
Being.
and then I was talking to Seth, and then I sent to the group 6.
Okay, I am, I got my bags packed, and I'm ready to go. So, I'm leaving on a jet plane right now.
Okay, well, be careful.
Is that Haley back there?
No. I won't, and you can't make me, so.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see you in a little
What are
bit.
you gonna do if I'm not, huh? What are you gonna do?
Well, nothing. I just don't want you to die on account of me. It would be my fault that you died.
No, it wouldn't be your fault. It'd be my fault.
Okay, well, we'll see you in a little bit then.
Okay, see you in a little bit, buddy.
All right, bye.
Commoners
Walks through the
D&D.
door.
Yeah.
Commoners D&D does not condone unsafe driving under the best of
Buckle up and
circumstances.
drive the speed limit, folks.
We're also not sponsored by the Arkansas State Police Department.
But we could be.
Okay,
Hit
anyway.
us up.
So we're still talking about the campaign. Yeah, they snuck around
It was cool.
L Block.
Tate should have been here for this part, but yeah, L Block. I just thought, they don't have a leader right now, and these are some powerful. These are the more powerful of the people about to graduate. Like, they're close, and they're going to be itching. They have free reign anyway. They're not locked up. None of the other cells are locked except for y'all's. So, like, what are they going to do? They're going to They're going to try to find out who's the biggest and best, and they're kind of wild. And then
So they had a fight in there or what?
Probably a few of them probably did die.
It was just a big brawl.
Yeah, but they're just living wilder, really. Just
Let me ask you this: as our characters, would we even hear about what's going on down there ever?
maybe.
Is anybody going to tell us? Oh, well, it was wild in L Block last night, or is that the kind of thing they want to keep quiet?
Maybe, no, like L Block might come and eat at the same time as y'all now because they don't have they're missing that structure that kind of runs the whole place. So they're just kind of doing whatever they want.
Well, there was a death.
Even
So I
more
was just
so
wondering.
with Bushwhacker's death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like I just decided on the spot. Well, there needs to be someone in here. Like that's a nice room. Someone's gonna have it, and you know what? Let's just keep it with someone y'all personally know and hate. Yeah. So we made it Dexter's character.
I thought you had to have that planned. I didn't know.
Nope, didn't plan it at all. Like, there's no fun. Like, because y'all don't. There's no guards here. It's no fun just having y'all like walk around without any kind of like. I want it, like, someone's going to be in there.
Well, you could have made there be guards. Why aren't there? Because they don't care.
This is
Everybody's besides us who are locking
besides y'all.
ourselves.
This is just a school.
Everybody wants to be there.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, makes sense.
this is just a school.
Yeah, we always keep thinking of it like a prison, but nobody.
For
else.
y'all, it is more of a prison, but for everyone else, it's just a school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. People like the Empire is well received in places. Just think about when you went to Derry, how they had that big celebration in the King's name. So it is well received. There are people who would want to serve. It's just y'all had the inside knowledge of knowing that they cut your tongues out upon graduation from RASC, whereas that's not necessarily something that a lot of people would know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there are people who would want to serve their kingdom.
Tate did a great job of just
Being Orin.
being Orin, being Darren.
The spirit of Darren.
It was pretty good.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I was dying laughing listening to that.
I have a question for Tyrel about the book. What was with the last minute take it, don't take it? What was going through Thren's mind?
I was thinking of taking it, but last second thought that it might be a better idea to try to do it on the battlefield, like or in the arena thing, because it's going to be hard to explain. You know, why do you have this extra book, or why do you have this book that you can't cast spells from?
Right.
You know,
I will say, I was sitting there thinking, I can't wait to give him an unusable spell book for training.
that's my thought exactly.
Well, you would have had, but you could have just carried the good one with you, and then he would have given you the bad one, and you would have just used the actual.
I think, either way, it would have been just like a little sleight of hand check. Like,
Right.
if you had the fake one, then either way, it's a sleight of hand check.
Yeah. So now, when the thing is, I think
Now,
it'll be,
why do you have 2 books?
It would probably be easier to trick Gillard by giving him the fake
Gillard's
one.
an idiot.
Well, no, it's just like
His
if
intelligence
Gillard wakes up, goes over to his desk and sees this book that is not the one that was there. It's different than like
Maybe.
him going over to Thrin at the end of training and Thrin handing him a book and him not even looking at it and just
Well, from what we've role played it, that's basically how he treats it. It's just like, puts it in the pouch and just doesn't give a crap
Right.
because, I mean, he's not, he doesn't.
Bryce would probably pay more attention.
I've always said when I play characters, they have elements of myself. I personally hate wizards, so he hates wizards, and he doesn't like wizards, even though Bryce is a wizard and it's probably his only real friend in the whole place. And yeah, it's just
And Rask.
well, no, I meant like long term.
now you're making me feel even worse about killing Bryce if we have to.
Yeah, it's like it's so.
And killing Gillard, right? Darren is all about killing Gillard. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, that sneaking in my room was very nerve-wracking for Dustin, the player. I'm like, especially after what just happened. I was like, okay, I've got this much health. He did 56 damage. Even if he crits, he ain't gonna kill me. But I am screwed.
So you thought you might die?
I didn't know how much because I was like, man,
If Darren was here, he might would have done that.
yeah, Darren might would have snuck in there and been like, let's see what we can do today. It's just,
Yep. That might have happened.
ooh, it was scary. I was definitely keeping an eye on my max HP, and I was like, how much damage did he do? It was like, I think it was 56. I could be off by now. It was a little while since we played.
Auto crit on sneak attack, 3d6.
Yeah, because we did
actually
we did
4d6.
a crit on what should be an auto crit. We maximized all the damage. It was nasty, and yeah, I was definitely nervous. And then it's like they took the book, they didn't take the book. I'm like, they just snuck in here for no reason.
Yes.
So I'm definitely.
I like those. I like that for a homebrew rule for coup de grace. Like just crit max damage on it.
Yeah,
I like that.
maximize damage. Yeah. Only a paladin and a rogue is capable of that kind of damage, though, especially on a maximized hits. If you maximize a paladin smite, that would be pretty gnarly too. But yeah, that was crazy. I was like, man, y'all snuck into his room for no reason, and we'll see what happens. The next time we'll see the aftermath of that. I never got a chance to get up and y'all find out anything. So I was definitely rolling dice. The question is, how high did I roll?
Should we talk about what our plan's going to be to maybe kill everybody else?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
I definitely would love to hear it.
Thrin, you've got silence.
Yeah, I have silence.
So we're thinking sneak into these rooms, easy enough, cast silence, everybody gets a turn on them, Auto crit if they're asleep. That's dead. On to the next.
Well, also, thing is, silence is a
Yeah, what level spell is that?
second.
Good evening,
So how many
concentration.
times
It
can you
is,
cast?
well, let me look. Actually, I have that right here.
Well, you just maintain concentration on it.
But the thing is, you can actually cast it as a ritual spell too.
Right, he just spends 10 minutes chanting, la la la,
Yeah, you have to sit there
silence.
chanting.
Well, there's no need in that. That would take way too long.
But
Can't you cast silence on an object and it remains and it becomes like an aura, or do you have to cast it on a location? I can't remember silence exactly.
that's a sick.
Because you can cast it on an object, you can cast it on like your boots or your pants, and then you're just always in an aura of silence. If that's how
really?
it works, I can't remember.
Thanks for giving him more ideas.
That's fine. I mean, otherwise, what purpose would a ritual silence spell be? That's why I'm thinking it's
True.
possible.
Concentration up to 10 minutes.
Right.
For the duration, no sound can be created within or passed through a 20-foot radius sphere.
Okay, so it is location based.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is cast that into the room. You don't even have to go in there. You could just stand at the door with the spell concentrating, or you could go stab them. It doesn't matter. But if there's 4 or 5 of us going in there, we all do max damage.
Rask better not use his thunder wave thing.
No, just walk up and hit him with a hammer.
No, I'm
or
saying
punch him.
like any creature that's inside that is completely immune to thunder damage.
Because
there's no sound.
Oh,
Sonic.
right.
Sonic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So anyway, I feel like we can do that as long as we can sneak around. I think the only problem is going to be how do we get out of the building? We don't know how to get out. There's got to be black cloaks at the door or something. I guess we could just kill them.
Maybe. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. That's later tonight.
CR20 black cloaks.
Yeah, yeah. We don't know the stats.
Level 99 World of Warcraft guards. Impossible to kill. Any questions on this? I mean, it seemed short. Not a
It was
lot
like 2
happened,
hours. It was just a lot of role play.
but A lot more role play.
It was great. It was really fun.
really
We don't
fun.
always have to have combat. When it's that interesting, you
Yeah.
don't have to have combat.
Combat makes the games longer, but when you think about it, it makes them feel shorter because you only remember key moments of the combat normally.
Right.
But yeah, it definitely felt like a lot.
And I mean, it's not. I mean, maybe if you're really into the game, like it's not as exciting to listen to combat as it is to actually be in it.
That's
so
what I
people that
learned
are
about
listening,
Critical Role, because combat's one of the more fun parts I think of playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But role play it's the more interesting listening to.
yeah, you want to hear the story, and what you're talking about in a battle is something that takes place in 30 seconds, a minute at the most, and it takes an hour to do it. Yeah,
Isn't that
So-
wild?
yeah.
It's so crazy.
But yeah, I wish you could have a whole battle and then go back and animate the whole thing to what it would look like, and it would be 10 seconds. So this is
Not a
what.
lot.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
It probably wouldn't be that hard if you're into
If you were an animator,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, everything's happening at once.
It'd be just like AJ doing the 1v1s. The first time is always the worst.
Yeah.
Once you have your baseline, most of the stuff created, it's good after that, as long as the news introduced. So yeah, it's always about that initial, that first time is going to be the longest.
Yeah, yeah. For a Beyond Common, what Dustin's talking about there is when I did the first video we uploaded with Seth and Dustin's battle, which was already 5th edition face off. It was already 18 minutes long, and then I made all the music for it. I did the little intro video, and then I created all the graphics and all the effects for when people are getting hit and stuff. I did all that. I created sound effects for it. Well, the second time I didn't have to do any of that.
Right.
I basically just deleted everything out of the video except for the intro and the ending and I had to make the brackets and all that stuff, and I just pasted the video in there and edited it, and there it was. I mean, it was pretty much.
We can talk about that real quick. Just every week that we drop one, we can talk about the fight of it. This one was me versus Dustin.
Y'all can talk about that one,
Yeah.
because it just already happened.
Seth and AJ both are already upset about the one missed
I
concentration.
noticed
check.
it. Me and AJ were driving to play disc golf, and he's
Did
like,
I
"Yeah."
say something about it?
No, I said
I hadn't even noticed it. Okay.
I was like, "Hey, do you have the video?" And you pulled out your laptop for me, and I watched it while you was driving. And as soon as it came out, I was like, oh, "We didn't get a concentration check." And yeah, but we did really roll. When we realized the problem, we did roll. And I got a 15 because I roll monstrously. So +3 on the con check, and I would have survived it and kept the concentration, so it didn't matter. That was the only damage that was done to
Your bard.
my bard through the whole
As the
fight.
cleric who got devastated in that fight, all he would have done was recasted heat metal on my dumb blind cleric.
I think what you should have done instead of healing, I think you should have just kept doing damage.
Well, I couldn't find him. Remember,
Yeah.
he
Well-
blinded me, and then he hid, and I couldn't find him. So I tried to hide and wait him out. And I was like, guess who has a lot of stealth? Not this cleric.
Yeah, that's true.
Disadvantage
Yeah.
because I was wearing heavy armor.
You rolled really bad to hide. I guess that's
Something
true.
that's
Every
kind
time.
of come up in a few of them now has been the hiding aspect, and that makes it so hard to role play fight because you know where the thing
Yeah,
is,
you know where their mini is.
but you try to be fair and make it difficult on yourself. It's a hard aspect of the game. I've been in one that what kind of got this idea was me and Dustin were in a tournament on Roll20 before.
Yeah.
And the DM actually could cast blindness pretty much. He could darken the whole thing. So you really had no idea where the other person's figure was. So it was a little bit more fair because, I mean, you weren't face to face with those people. But it was pretty fun that way.
And in fact, when me and Seth did that tournament, my sorcerer, who was a flame sorcerer based off of the character I made for a game me and Seth were in at the time, he was the inspiration for it. And I fought the very warlock that I'll be making for later on in 5th edition Face Off. And the difference between my warlock and the sorcerer that I was playing that I had to fight is area of effects. It doesn't matter if I can see you as long as I know what I'm casting at. So when he tried to use that stealth crap, I just used Fireball.
Yeah.
And I haven't gone up against that as my warlock to date. So that's just what I got to be careful with is enemy AOE. When it comes down to the ability to hide, AOE is the trump card to that.
Yep.
And yeah, that's what your shatter did. I was trying to hide. And your
Shatter,
just-
knocking the wall down was a cool added bonus because that was the only thing over there by you.
that was a fun little episode. That was one of our longer ones, I think.
Yeah, it was probably maybe the longest.
Druid
Druid
might have been long.
Druid might
The
have been
first
long.
one was
No, y'all's was 40 minutes both times. I think y'all's
Was it that long the second time?
I think so. I think
Yeah,
maybe you
we'll see
shaved
with
off.
editing.
Yeah, you shaved off a little bit, but yeah.
But we hope y'all see what we did. We tried to make it clear what decisions we made. I don't know if everyone was as clear as Dustin and I was on that first video or not.
No, my next fight's pretty clear, Victor.
No,
Sorry.
that's not what I mean. I mean in the beginning where we was explaining our decisions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes, because I think I tried to be as thorough as I could. I think Seth prepared something, and I was just like, I'm just gonna look at my character sheet and just name off.
I
what
just
did.
wrote down as I was making the character. I wrote down like, okay,
Right.
level 1, I get this ability. Can't use it. Bard couldn't use any of my abilities.
Yeah,
The Bard is not made for
it's a
one-on-one
very
combat.
role play.
Still won.
Centric
Still won.
character. It's
Could win the whole thing. It's dangerous.
It is. Well, bards get good spells.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they are.
And then I took that magic initiate and gave myself more cantrips to do some
Yep.
damage, and
It's a good build.
yeah,
It's well
is
done.
that where you got chill touch from, or did you grab that just as a bard?
I don't know if Bard can get it, but I chose Warlock.
And Warlock gets chill touch.
I think Warlock gets it. Yeah.
Gotcha. That was nasty.
Yep. That's enough of that, I think.
All right. Moving on to okay. Let me do my quick poll real quick.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, you
I
got
don't know
a
what
poll?
we're gonna call this. Well, it's not a poll. Like when we talked about water before.
Yes.
Like okay. Well, I think we. I mean,
Our
we don't have
most
to do this.
riveting conversation.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that we. I mean, we always end up talking about something that we disagree about, or like that everybody has their own opinion on. So I've talked about this a little bit before. But we're gonna call this segment "Weighing In." That's what we'll call it. So we'll all just see what everybody thinks about something. Okay. Kickstarter. I want to talk about Kickstarter because Kickstarter is a pretty good thing, crowdfunding for small businesses, people that don't have, or that are just trying to start doing something. I understand crowdfunding. Here's where I jump off the crowdfunding bandwagon, and I'm gonna use Wormwood as an example. Why does a company that already has thousands of people in a customer base that are super faithful, that are willing to spend exorbitant amounts of money on their stuff, why do they still put stuff on Kickstarter? The last thing they put on Kickstarter made $7 million. Why do you need $7 million? They've got to be just making money off that. Just straight up, do they just get that money? I mean, I know you get something for
no, they don't get anything except for the money that the crowd funds.
No, I mean like the crowd gets bonuses,
This
gets
is the
rewards
smartest thing
for
about
funding.
it, though, is they are putting out an idea that they probably are not sure how well it's going to do. So instead of putting in their own money and it bombing, and no one wants that product, then they've lost all their own personal money.
There's no way it bombs.
Whoa.
They know their
It
no.
is-
Listen,
it's a
they know
lot
their
safer,
customer.
though.
They know their customer, and this is just Wormwood in particular. Maybe this wouldn't be the same for everybody. I watched an episode of Worm Life where they were talking about this mod. Have you seen that modular table thing they're building where you can like change it and add stuff
don't
to it?
watch
Okay,
Worm
well
Life,
it's
no.
sweet. Anyway, well I just see that on like Instagram. They
Tate's going to
posted
make it
some-
for us because he's a woodworker.
Yeah. Well, they've made this new table that, I mean, it kind of just looks like a coffee table, but then you can add stuff to it. You can take the top off, and it's a game table inside. Just all this cool stuff. Anyway, they crowdfunded it, made $7 million on Kickstarter, and then they were sitting in the meeting room on their video, and they were, the main CEO guy was guessing because they surveyed the crowdfunding people, and there was like 4,000 people or something that weighed in on this survey, and he guessed the exact list of what types of wood people liked best, like the top 5. Guessed them. He knows the customer base. He knows it exactly. So why would you be worried about putting out that? You have to know that idea is good. Not to mention, they put out last Halloween, they came out with the Hero Vault 2.0, which holds 3 sets of dice and a mini. And I would have bought one, but it was on Kickstarter, and I wouldn't get it till like October of this year. Why does it take you a year to put out something that's a bigger version of something that you already have? They already had the Hero Vault, which was like 1 set of dice and a mini, and then all they're doing is making it wider.
All this is
Why would you not buy that?
This is very specific stuff. They don't want to make a surplus. The Kickstarter, Wormwood doing it, is they're going to make however much is ordered on Kickstarter, and that's all they're going to make. So, I mean, it's pretty much just a way of like having a certain thing that they're not wanting to put into their main shopping cart thing, and just
why not just make a limited run? Why not make 100 and see if you can sell them?
well, they know they can. They know they can, but this way people feel like it's special. It's probably taking a little bit of advantage
I don't like it. Well, for a company that is that well established, can you not take a risk on your own product?
I have bought quite a few things from Kickstarter. I have Matt Coville's. I have one of his books. I've actually ordered another one of his books, the second book to that one. I'm waiting on Nerdarchy's Out of the Box Encounters book. It's probably going to be here within 2 weeks, I think. I just signed up a thing to give them my address and stuff. I helped crowdfund Critical Role's animated thing.
The animated thing.
Yeah,
I came in too late on that, but I probably would have crowdfunded that.
I got an email on that just this week. They were talking about how Titmouse was like showing off their animation a little bit, and then also I am waiting on Grim Hollow's book, and I've been waiting on that one for a long time. I guess they're based out of Australia.
Anyway, my hang up with it, and it's not even just big companies like that are still doing it. It's just like, believe in your own product. Why do you have to know if somebody's going to buy it?
It's not with Wormwood. It's not about believing in their own product. It's just about, we're going to make this. If y'all want it, here it is. This is how you're going to get it. And they're putting it's no risk for them. Why would they not do it?
Right. There's no risk. I don't like them taking advantage of the fact that there's no risk.
Well, they're not even really taking advantage because people are getting what they're paying for.
Yeah, a year after they order it.
Well, they have to make it.
Why does it take them a year to make it?
Because a lot of people order them. $7 million worth of people ordered it.
Why can you not make 50 and just sell that? And when you
Because
sell
then they
out
would
of
be
them,
sold out like that.
well, okay, it's just like McDonald's and the McRib, or Sonic and something that they come out with. They come out with it once a year or once every 2 years, and people freak out and buy
Think
all
of
of
how
them.
much better it'd be if McDonald's like, hey, in 2 weeks we're gonna have the McRib. Sign up for a list and be here at a certain time, and you can have your McRib.
That would not be better because then it wouldn't be first come first served. It would just be all the people that saw the commercial and
But
signed
that's
up
the
for it.
point. That's what they're doing.
Okay, well, I would have bought. I went on Wormwood to buy a Hero Vault 2.0, saw I would not get it for a year, and didn't buy it.
You know, you can get on Kickstarter and buy after the fact. Like, you could probably buy that exact thing from Kickstarter.
No, it was sold out.
I missed Matt Coville's second one, and I just signed up after the fact, and I'm getting his book. The campaign had already closed. You could probably get that.
Well,
maybe not Wormwood. That's a lot more of like a book to table or whatever you're wanting to buy is a lot different. But
well, I don't know. I just don't. expecting your own customers to give you the money to make something that they want instead of you just making it and then selling it.
See, I don't have a problem with it because, like, it's probably not. I don't know if the price is too much more than it would be from their own site, though.
No, it's probably cheaper.
It probably is a little bit more because Kickstarter gets a portion of your.
Well, yeah, but it seems like sometimes there's stuff on Kickstarter that you can get for cheaper. When it's on Kickstarter, then once it comes out, it'll end up being full price. So you'll get a bonus something.
Once they know the demand, I imagine some stuff can get more expensive. But you've also got people who will pay $1,000 on Kickstarter for something that's the equivalent of $100, like. Or
But
$200
also, the
more.
cool thing about Kickstarter is like the more people who get into it, the cooler the prizes are going to be for people.
Right.
Like
Right.
as more people unlock stuff, you're like you can get more things for the money, like more bang for your buck, pretty much. Like,
Right. Yeah. I mean there is that, and then also with smaller companies, I can
See,
understand.
Grim
it.
Hollow, I think it was a very small company.
Yeah.
And they created a book, and I think it's gonna be really awesome.
I think that's what Kickstarter is for people that don't already have something off the ground. Wormwood has a warehouse the size of a vehicle factory. Every kind of wood you can imagine, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of tools, very talented people making stuff. Just make it. Just make it and sell it. You don't have to get $7 million first. Tyrel, what do you think?
Thren, what do you
Since
think?
we're weighing in. Thren, what do you think?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I kind of agree with you. Like as far as like their production and stuff like that, the rate that they could produce stuff.
Yeah.
Since like you said, they have such a huge company and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If they're just like making a certain amount of a particular item, I can see why they do it on Kickstarter though.
Right. Well, what if they don't get the money? Are they just not going to make it? Do you get that money
actually
back? You ever
don't
see that
know.
again?
No, yes. If a
fails.
thing can't be funded in time, the full thing can't be funded in time. Yes, you get your money back,
Oh.
and the thing is just not made.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Because that was the thing with Kickstarter or with Critical Role. They what was their original 200,000 or something?
they blew that out
It
of
was
the water.
laughably low. But yeah, if that 200,000 hadn't gotten made in like their 39 days or something, yeah, they would have returned the money and there would never have been any animated Critical Role shows.
Okay.
How much did they end up with at the end?
It was
12 million, I
millions
think.
of dollars.
It was one of the highest Kickstarters, which what really cool. Y'all, I've told y'all so many times. Y'all need to read the Brandon Sanderson Stormlight Archive book. He just broke a record for book sales, I think, on Kickstarter. He put the first book out there. He's putting it in a leather-bound copy version, and the book is so thick on its own that they had to cut it into 2 books. So you're getting the first book cut in half 2 times, so you get 2 leather-bound copies of the first book. To get that. Like he had a whole bunch of different things. You know, some of them are like $1. It's kind of like Patreon. You start really low and then you get crazy stupid high.
Yeah.
But I think to get the leather-bound copies, the cheapest you had to pay was $250. I asked Cynthia to get it for me for Christmas, and she said no. I did, and you said no. But it was gorgeous. But he made $7 million on his books, and it was crazy.
Yeah, it definitely sucks to have to wait so long for Kickstarter stuff. It's really good, I feel, for small businesses. Maybe the reason you're just so upset with Wormwood is because they're successful and they just keep going back to it.
Yeah,
because
they've
it's
always got
It's
stuff on
definitely
Kickstarter.
them like taking advantage of
a no risk system.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
what it is.
And I can see how that turns your stomach a little bit. Like
Yeah.
you're big enough, you can take the risk. But I mean,
That would
if
be
it's
like-
available to you, why?
That would
why
be
not?
like Chevrolet coming out and saying, okay, this is a prototype car we have. Give us, if we reach $20 million, we'll sell this car to everybody.
If Chevrolet did that, you know they'd make the money though.
They probably
Could
would.
you imagine
but-
if Walmart did it though? It's like we're gonna make a new brand of bread, and we're gonna put it on Kickstarter. If we reach $100, we'll send everyone a loaf of bread. It's like Walmart. What are you doing? Just buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Disney. It's like if we get enough money, we'll buy Fox.
Yeah.
No, we just did that anyway.
Okay, there's a big difference in Wormwood and Disney.
Well, yeah, I mean, but Wormwood to the D&D community is like
pretty
Chevrolet
big.
to the car community.
Oh,
like everybody.
what would you
knows
say is bigger, Wormwood or D&D Beyond? I think Wormwood, but D&D Beyond
Ooh.
they're basically like like solo backing Critical Role.
I kind of think Wormwood too, which is crazy because D&D Beyond is like pushed by Wizard of the Coast, but I would say D&D.
I was going to say, is D&D Beyond not actually part of Wizard
It
of
is,
the Coast?
but I think fans would probably say they would like Wormwood better than.
Right.
I don't know.
I think Wormwood's more beloved because D&D Beyond just never impressed me.
I didn't.
And
I've never used it.
Yeah, it's like you go to their site and it's like, here's the crappy homebrew free stuff, and if you want anything else, pay us.
They should have. If you have the physical copy of the book, you ought to be able to get your copy
I
free in
agree.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
That
It's
just
how
makes
do you-
sense.
how do you prove that?
It is absolutely them just taking advantage.
Right.
And
Yeah, you got to buy the book again in digital.
now it would be cool, like for a full group. I understand why Critical Role went to it because I mean they get theirs free, I'm sure, because they're sponsored by them, you know.
Right.
But it would be like one person. If all of us wanted to, we could seriously just put it on one. Like, say I'm the DM. If we all spent money, like Tyrel wanted the Exandria book, he could pay for it and put it into my thing, and then everyone in our group who shared it can have copies of it. So you can share with D&D Beyond.
Probably frowned upon by D&D Beyond.
No, it's not. No,
Oh, is it not?
No,
Shared account?
No,
So
share-
we could just each
no, it's
buy
not a
a
shared
book.
account. If your DM has it, everyone in your game has access to it.
okay.
No, yeah, that's just how it works.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
yeah, we could they probably wouldn't want you to like pull your
Share
money
the
and
account.
do that. But yeah, you can do that, and that would work. I think my old friend Kelly from our Tuesday games did that with her group. She was using D&D Beyond, and they all kind of worked together and would work on and had their books on D&D Beyond together.
Cool.
Okay, well, that's that. So we're kind of wishy-washy on...
I like
Wormwood using
Kickstarter. I bought a bunch of books from Kickstarter.
I've never used it.
No, I haven't either.
But you thought about it, so you're still in the middle.
Well, no, I mean, I don't agree with Wormwood using it. I don't agree with a big company using it, and we'll never agree with a big company.
I am
using
all
it.
for people taking advantage and saving themselves money, I guess.
Okay.
Right.
Something I love that you hate.
Yeah.
Something you love that I hate.
I was going to say.
I mean,
Anyway.
I'm not getting anything off of it. But.
Okay, moving on. On the console / movie minute, we got DC FanDome stuff.
Oh, man,
Seth,
DC
take it away.
FanDome was pretty crazy.
It was
Been
sick.
waiting for like 5 years for the next Batman Arkham game, and it's not a Batman game at all.
It's nothing.
It's not.
In fact,
Oh, that
Arkham-
thing was to replace a Batman game?
Yes.
sort of.
Yes. Okay. So
Didn't know that.
the main trilogy of the Batman Arkham games was made by Rocksteady, but Warner Brothers Montreal made the Arkham Origins game. So when Rocksteady said they were done with them, said, "Okay, we're going to make the next game." And instead of making an Arkham game that fits in with all the other ones, they decided to make their own IP, and they're calling it Gotham Knights. And Bruce is dead, and you get to play as Red Hood, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Robin, which is Tim Drake's. Looks crappy. Doesn't look good right now. I'm not impressed. The people who like it is split. People either blindly love this game and will fight you if you say a negative thing towards it, or people are just kind of like, this is not what I wanted. This isn't an Arkham game. And that's kind of how I am. I'll probably buy it because I love Batman games, but it looks bad right now.
I thought it looked kind of cool.
The concept is cool, and
It looks really bad compared to what the games used to be.
right, that's Seth is something about like when you play like Gotham Knight. Is that the last one? Yeah, that one and all the previous.
Did you ever play the Shrek 2 game that was like on PlayStation?
Yes, I had it on GameCube. Shrek 2 was so good on GameCube.
Such a great game. That's kind of what it reminded me of. Like you can play as one of these four
was a
characters.
party game, right?
Team up. Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know, like
The
Smash
problem with
Brothers
this
or
one is
something.
they're not going to have couch co-op. It's just online co-op.
yeah, that's the thing that.
And
the
some-
fact that
okay.
we've gotten away from split screen and
It's the saddest thing in the
Yeah.
world. Like Cynthia the other day was asking me,
Borderlands.
"Hey, can we play a multiplayer game?" I was like, "I don't think I have any."
Borderlands?
I guess we had Borderlands 2. We
Could have done
played
Borderlands.
Borderlands 3, 2. Yeah, 3.
no, 3 had
About
it.
3.
3 has it.
3 has split screen.
Didn't you and Dustin
yeah, yeah.
play and Tyrel?
I
too?
thought, yeah, it does. That's right. She wouldn't like that.
Pick the side.
The loss of couch. I said this I'm in a Discord group that we talk about things that embarrasses Cynthia so bad that I talk to people about games and stuff. She hates it. I was stuck on a Crash game the other day, and I took a picture and was asking people for help, and it was just the worst thing. She thought, like, she was
Why?
like, so
You just
embarrassing.
text these random strangers. Like,
Not random to me. I've talked to him for a long
It's
time.
like being
now.
on a forum. They've had
BFFs with people that
forums.
he's never seen.
I wouldn't say I'm BFFs with any of them.
He's like, what are you up to today?
No.
Don't know if you're texting a dude. Don't know if you're texting a girl. Don't know if you're texting some old man.
Doesn't matter.
Probably an old man.
It doesn't matter if you can
They're
solve my
all-
problem.
Everyone
on
in this
Crash.
group are like 12 and 13, and you can tell.
That's even worse.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
They all play Call of Duty, and we all know what they've done with your mom. So it's
Now, Rocksteady is also releasing a game, though, and this one is set in the Arkhamverse, actually, crazily enough. But it is called the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, and
that's by the same company.
By Rocksteady.
God, no wonder they look like the same
Yep.
game.
Yep. Rocksteady. Yep. And you get to be either they're saying that there's only going to be 4. I figure they'll add more characters, but right now they have Deadshot, which is a black Deadshot, which is weird because he was white in the Arkham City game, so they've kind of changed that in their own universe. you know?
Well, he was black on the last
In the
Suicide
movie,
Squad, wasn't
yeah.
he?
Yeah, they're,
but this
they're
is a
just
game.
going
Yeah.
DC there.
There is Harley Quinn. She looks awesome.
inclusive.
There is King Shark. He looks so awesome.
I want to play King Shark. If I play that game, I'm gonna play King Shark or,
And there's
ironically,
Captain
Captain Boomerang. His
He
powers
looks so
look
good.
sick.
Yeah, he looked really good. That trailer looked awesome. So like Brainiac is taking over the Justice League, and they're all evil, and the Suicide Squad is trying to take out the Justice League and save the day. Looks awesome. It's gonna be a shooter game. It looks so good.
It looks
like,
just
like a
like
blast.
I guess I
Arkham
didn't
Knights.
see that one while we were watching that the other day.
I think we watched it later.
I think that was all that I really cared about for the video games, but the movies, oh my god. Robert Patterson?
Pattinson?
Pattinson.
Did you watch Twilight?
The guy from Twilight.
Never
Oh,
mind.
no, he's not the guy from Twilight. He's
from Twilight.
he's from Harry Potter.
He's from Harry
and
Potter.
the Goblet of Fire.
He's that loser that died.
He's Cedric. He is looking like a dadgum fantastic Batman, guys. Like,
I am vengeance.
it looks so good. He
We'll see.
looks
I just-
more brutal than Ben Affleck's
I
Batman.
can't get the taste of Twilight out of my mouth, so I'm just going to have to watch it.
It was nasty. The trailer is so good. Like, the Riddler's gonna be the big bad guy, and the guy they've got, I can't remember his name. I love him in like everything he does.
I don't remember either. They didn't even show him, but like his eyes.
his
Like
he's
he's
got
gonna be he's gonna be like the Riddler
Zodiac,
and
they're pulling from the Zodiac killer quite a bit actually.
oh yeah. Like he has like a Riddler. Who's the fear guy? The Scarecrow. Riddler Scarecrow had a child, and it's this Riddler.
The Penguin's gonna be in there. I think they've said that there's gonna there's some white face painted guys that look like maybe Joker from even the Joker. Like, I don't know. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker will be really old in this universe because they all have like phones, so it's pretty recent. But it looks
Yeah,
good.
I remember. It wasn't that. His name was like Sid something. That was the leader of the white face smiling guys. I think his name is Sid something. He used to be in.
Also there's Selena Kyle. They're gonna have a Catwoman in that too.
Yeah, I don't remember who they said was her.
It's
either.
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
Did they have anything like following like the Birds of Prey movie?
Yes,
They're
did-
making another Suicide. The Suicide Squad is being released. and it
Remaking
has
Suicide Squad.
Pretty much.
They're gonna keep
I mean, I'm sure it'll be different, but it's like they already had Suicide Squad.
right. It's gonna stick with Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie.
Margot
is still
Robbie.
Harley Quinn.
They've a huge cast.
Huge
Me and
cast
Seth
of
think they're gonna kill a lot of them off.
Oh, yeah.
like Deadpool did when they had that huge
Yeah.
team. They all died when they went skydiving.
Yes.
I feel like we're gonna get a Suicide Squad version.
They've got John Cena.
John Cena as
He's the
Peacemaker.
guy. James Gunn's brother is being the Weasel.
The Weasel.
They have
Polka Dot
Ratcatcher.
Man.
They have Polka Dot Man.
Ratcatcher.
They have. Oh my gosh, they have.
a bunch.
I don't even know who these
Idris
people
Elba is
are.
going to be in it. I don't figure he'll die. People think he was supposed to be Deadshot, but he is called
Bloodmaker. or something?
Blood.
You're talking about the guy that was in
Warden,
the tower, right?
Something like that.
He was in the movie The Tower. Stephen King's The Tower.
Yeah.
That guy. Okay,
That's-
yeah, he is Bloodwork or something. Blood
Something
something.
like that. Yeah. He looks awesome. Just that movie was looking pretty good.
We didn't see any of it. We just saw the lineup and who they're playing with artwork. We didn't see any movie in it, though.
It has also been announced that Ben Affleck is coming back for the Flash movie. And this is going to be a true send-off. He's going to be exiting the franchise after this, which is good, instead of them just like getting rid of him and not being anything. He is going to come, and they're going to explain away and fix the universe that the DC movies are set in. That's awesome.
That's always been what Flash is best at. Did the same thing in the comics back in like the 70s or 80s.
When the DC comics get boring and they want to remake, they're like, hey, Flash, just go change the universe up.
Well, Flash was the first hero comic to ever receive a reboot. And then it was like 150 something. They're like the twin Flashes or two Flashes in time, something like that. And it was the first time a character ever went back and talked to the previous reboot character. And it ended up being a huge hit that led to Crisis on Infinite Earth and Flashpoint, all that. It was all created by Flash. He is the granddaddy of fixing a bad thing.
So can he go back in time or something? Is that his thing?
He can
Flash
jump through
is-
time any way he wants.
Flash is nasty powerful.
He can jump through different universes. Like, yeah, Flash is
Okay,
great.
I don't know anything.
The Time
about
Force
DC.
works really crazily.
Speed Force.
Yes, Speed Force, sorry.
I feel like DC is way like nerdier than Marvel.
I think that's because the MCU done a great job in redoing it. Like, if you ever look
the
at
MCU,
have you ever seen Hawkeye's real outfit?
No.
It is god awful.
Oh well, I'm just talking about like
It's a
like
purple
the Marvel
monstrosity.
movie. Well, the DC movies are really mainstream too, but Marvel's like
Marvel has
I don't know. I think DC is more like story, like stuff like this. Like y'all are talking about all these different timelines and all this stuff.
The In-Game's whole thing was time.
Right. No, it was, but like
Time
I don't know.
heist.
DC is like they just keep making. I don't know. I guess Marvel does it too because we've had like 3 Spider-Mans. But anyway, I don't know. DC.
I was
just-
talking to Brian about this. How awesome would it be if we got a live action Spider-Verse movie where they brought all 3 of the Spider-Man actors together?
Probably going to happen.
With what's her name playing Spider-Gwen, the one from most recent, the Amazing Spider-Man Gwen Stacy, have her come in
Emma
and be
Stone?
Spider-Gwen. That's 4. We just need like
Now,
one more.
What's crazy is Tobey Maguire does have one more film on his contract.
Really?
Andrew Garfield has one more film on his contract.
Does
Tom Holland's set to be Spider-Man for the rest of his life, probably.
no, they'll reboot.
no, I agree with that. They'll get rid of him when they're ready for who's the
No,
kid?
they're going to let him grow into this. Like he is young right now, and he's just going to be the young Peter Parker, and he's just going because they can't make a movie every year. So every 3 or 4 years, he's going to get to age. He's going to be 30 years old and still being Spider-Man. Promise.
Well, probably. Yeah.
And
If Sony doesn't screw it up.
yeah.
Sony's
On a
trying to
note
screw
of the
it up.
MCU, we had Chadwick Boseman passed away
Yeah,
yesterday.
that was sad.
That was sad.
I respect that he made his career what he wanted and not about the fact that he had colon cancer. He's had it
didn't
for
even know.
years.
Yeah, 4 years.
He's had it for years, and he's never made it public. He's
Yeah, I didn't know.
never let his like something that's wrong with him control or rule his life. He made a life that he wanted for himself. I think that's very admirable.
His family
I
was
talked
saying
to-
that he was going through chemotherapy and multiple surgeries and still making so many movies this past 4
right,
years.
yeah,
That's
he's
crazy.
A great man.
I didn't realize he was the one that was in the Jackie Robinson movie.
Yep. Pretty much he is, I don't want to say this with any disrespect, but he has been the token black actor for a while now. The Jackie Robinson, he was also James Brown?
Yeah, he played James
He was-
Brown.
he
and
played
I don't-
James
I haven't
Brown.
seen that movie, but I did see that yesterday. I was looking some stuff
he
up
is,
about it.
he's been in a lot of just, I think, was he in 12 Years a Slave? I think he was also in that. Like, that's he did a lot of history for just showing off the black American
Yeah.
history.
Yeah, I didn't realize how prominent he was because I didn't recognize him when he was in Black Panther, and I didn't like Black Panther.
Oh, that's not a that's a hot
Turn
take.
off AJ's
Why? I just not because of him. I think he's a great actor, and I like the character. The movie, I just didn't like. I was falling asleep watching the movie.
I liked it for what it was. I thought it was great. I thought it fit in with the MCU. They had a director they didn't usually use. I don't remember his name. I'm bad with director names for the most part, but I think he did a good job. He didn't compromise the integrity of the movie. He wanted to make it a standalone. I think what the director sought out to do in Black Panther, he achieved without compromising the MCU as a whole. He made a good character. It made sense, why Black Panther had the heart of Wakanda, whatever that purple stuff is. It made sense why he used it before he was supposed to. He gave it up. He challenged. He did the whole the right of succession with the other clans. I think overall it was a good movie, and Chadwick Boseman, he was definitely a good. He's really good.
He was probably he was a man for the job, no doubt.
I don't know what they're going to do with 2 now because I don't think they've recorded it.
They were going to make a second one?
Yeah, it was supposed to drop in 2022, and I don't think that they've begun filming it all. So that's probably off the table. I don't know. Disney won't want to lose that money, so they might come up with something else.
Yeah, they might just
if
they haven't filmed any of it, they can always just get another guy.
The way that
I hope that doesn't happen though, because I feel like that's an insult to him. Just he's replaceable. I don't think he is.
Disney's going to make money.
Yeah, I hope they figure out a way of doing it right. That's just
the way that CGI is now. They could easily put him in.
Well, that is actually true. Yeah,
and I'm not saying make a whole movie, but definitely have him pass on the mantle.
Right? They can. Yeah. They could definitely do something with it. I know his sister in the movie is very, very popular.
Yeah.
She's a really cool character.
I don't know if she could be Black Panther, but she is so funny.
Yeah. See, a lot of people that don't really know much about DC and the Marvel, they think Iron Man is the Batman of Marvel. He's not. Black Panther is the Batman of Marvel because Batman is one of DC's biggest cheaters as far as the way things work. It's no matter how difficult or how insurmountable a task is, Batman can do it. Well, in the MCU, Black Panther does the same thing. It's when you watch the old Avengers cartoons, it was they were going to space and they were going to Asgard for the first time. Guess who had Asgardian tracking technology? Wakanda. Black Panther. He had Asgardian magic sensing goggles in his suit already. Never met an Asgardian. First time he ever met Thor in his life. It's Black Panther, he is just like Batman on that crazy level of he has everything. Tony works for everything he gets. Batman is Batman, and then Wakanda
Batman's
just
a rich white boy with no respect for anything.
Yeah. I will say the one that the Batman with Robert Pattinson, he's from what I can tell from the trailer, he's going to be a self-made Batman. Which I don't think we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, he's building all of his own stuff.
Yeah,
they were talking about how you can look at the Batmobile and you can see
it looked like
it's
a
all
car.
welded up and stuff. He's built it himself.
Yeah, it looks like he remodeled an old
So almost like a Spider-Man vibe thing, early Spider-Man making his own suits kind of thing.
Yeah.
It looks good.
That's cool.
I'll show you all the trailer when we finish.
I didn't see it.
Something I've heard that the New Mutants is bombing.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
I was excited for a mutant horror trilogy because they don't really talk about how scary their powers can be. I haven't listened to anything yet.
It's not making any money at box office, which with COVID still going on.
Why would it make money
was that
with COVID?
the Lovecraftian thing?
No. You're thinking of Lovecraft Country. Not that.
Oh.
That's not.
No, the New Mutants.
I
is
mean,
just a movie.
I don't see why they expect it to do good because as much as people want to see a movie, you've got 3 times that refuse to go to public feast.
Also, the people who are watching it, they've given it a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh,
They're calling this the worst X-Men movie ever made.
Oh, it's
that
an
is
X-Men movie?
not good.
I did not even know it was an X-Men
New
movie.
Mutants, yeah.
I've seen the previews for it, and I just thought it was a scary movie.
Yeah, it's about mutants in an insane asylum, and she's trying to take advantage of them or use
I
their
definitely want
powers.
to see it because pretty much anytime Rotten Tomatoes says it's a bad movie, I've loved it.
X-Men is Marvel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it a Marvel movie?
It's not in the MCU.
Marvel's or X-Men has never officially joined the MCU. That's why if you listen carefully during Avengers 2, they call them enhanced because they don't actually have the right to call them mutants.
But Feige's working on it. They've shown that they've shown the Wolverine stuff, and he's planning on bringing Wolverine in sometime.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If you actually look at Marvel Comics, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are actually mutants. They have to call them enhanced because at the time they didn't know.
They're Magneto's children.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they sure are.
The Silver Surfer?
No,
Quicksilver.
I just like to say
Silver
stuff.
Surfer is. I actually really like him too. Yeah.
I just like to say stuff to be the one that's here that is not that nerdy. I just have to let people know.
the technical nerd.
Yeah, I'm a completely.
You're more of a
different
geek
type
than a nerd.
I'm both.
Thanks.
You play D&D, AJ. You're a nerd.
Yeah, but y'all just like know all this lore and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, all right, cool. I won't remember that tomorrow.
Yeah, when it comes to DC and lore, I think Green Lantern's always been my favorite. Like all the different Lantern Corps, it's sick.
I remember watching Green Lantern. That was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, the movie. Don't talk
Ryan
about the
Reynolds
movie.
thing now.
That was bad. The villain,
Which
was
actually,
cool.
Ryan Reynolds might be in the Snyder cut.
He's Deadpool.
He's
As
also
Green Lantern.
He's also Green Lantern.
Oh my god!
I did not realize that before. That's funny.
He is a good Hal Jordan. He is. Hal Jordan is very quick witted and is very like comedy centric. If you want a serious Green Lantern, you got to go with Jon Stewart. He is a great stalwart Green Lantern. That's
The black Green Lantern's the best Green Lantern. For
the
sure.
third Green Lantern is the one that I don't know his name and he sucks the most. He's the one you don't make a movie about. He's the third Green Lantern from Earth.
Now you had a on the console thing you were wanting to talk about quick.
Oh yeah. Enter a wild Tate appears.
Wearing a Dunder Mifflin Incorporated shirt.
Nice.
I love that.
Nice threads, bro.
You know, I tried.
Come take my spot over here.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk anymore. I don't even deserve to be here.
How much longer are we doing this?
No, we
Just
almost
get in here and
finished.
say something.
We have a question for you based on the campaign in just a little bit.
Okay, hold on. Guys, if you go to Tiger Skull RPG and put in our code, our exclusive code of Commoners 15, all caps, you are 15% closer to your ideal D&D session.
That was
Thank
a
you.
great soundbite.
I'm just gonna let you.
You need to cut that and put that.
I'm just gonna. You can do the ad tonight.
Oh, I don't want to do
Okay,
that.
now what you had a question for? You had something on the console, right?
Right. So I've seen two different leaks of the PS5's pricing, and it was over $1,000 for the blue disc. There's speculation that is a placeholder value, and that it's actually going to be around the 500 expected. I know you guys had a wager early on, so seeing that it's potentially going to be $1,000. Keep in mind this was for a 2 terabyte release of the system, so it could actually be legit because a 2 terabyte solid state. And they're talking about this is a solid state that you can't even buy on the open market yet. It's supposed to be very powerful and very fast. $1,000 for a 2 terabyte Blu-ray PS4. That is very possible with the 500 or 600, whatever it ends up being at the speculation right now is an 850 gigabyte solid state, so less space but same speed. So what are y'all's thoughts on
Now
that?
he's
You
saying
think
numbers I don't know anything about.
you do know it? It's
Yeah.
storage space, Seth. You're 850 is like 3/4 of a terabyte, basically.
Right.
Yep. Speaking
the
Greek.
rule of thumb is for every 1,000 pieces of memory is the next one up. So it goes. Does it go? Mega
It's actually not a
kilo?
perfect 1,000.
Jeez,
but
y'all are a
It's
bunch of
not, but rule of
geeks.
thumb, I mean,
Yeah.
kind of in that range.
Yeah.
So, like, does it go megabyte, kilobyte, or
No,
kilobyte,
it's
megabyte?
byte, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte, whatever.
We don't have
I
to worry
don't touch
about.
the
We don't have to worry
petabytes.
about beyond.
we don't accept petabytes around
We
here.
are-
And the other hidden factor is byte versus bit. If you look at byte is typically representation of storage space, and it's 8 times larger than a bit. When you look at your internet download speeds, it's in bits. So when you think I've got 1 gigabit speed, that means I can download something in like 5 seconds. No, it's actually 8 times that because it's 8 less than what you think it is. Because a bit is 8 times smaller than a byte. That's your tech moment.
I think that the normal PS5 will be $500. I hope that the 2 terabyte nice one will be like $700 or something, and that's probably what I want to buy.
Okay, I mean, but wouldn't that make you lose your bet? Didn't you say
No,
less?
we were talking just basic.
Oh, okay.
No, we were talking basic.
That's what I'm talking about. You said 500. Wasn't your bet less than 500?
$499 is what I think the price will be set at,
Okay.
and that's less than $500. Now,
What's up?
we had one question for you back on talking about the keeping it common.
Okay.
AJ will just put this earlier in it, right? Editor man.
No, I'll just.
Okay, so let's go back to keeping it common.
Keeping it common again.
Throw back to keeping it common.
So what was just how was it being Darren and going through, like, what made you decide to kill poor Dexter's character, who's going to be here tonight and not have a character to play?
Is he?
Yeah.
Dang. Well, I mean, dude, I mean, you guys obviously saw it, but nobody listening would have seen. I was torn. I didn't know. I knew as an ideal player, it would be like, just sneak in, sneak out, no fuss, you're leaving nothing up to chance. But like, if you guys have paid attention to how Darren plays, he doesn't leave anything to chance. He
killed 2 people in cold blood because he could.
Yeah, he killed Panda, dude. If he killed Panda, he would absolutely murk this guy who
He might have killed the most people by now.
It's between him and Thren.
His body count is up. But like the way that he plays, it's like uninhibited. Like he doesn't count costs. He goes.
We actually came to a conclusion on the podcast that you probably should have went ahead and killed Gillard, because we think Darren would have been on a high of killing that one guy in one thing, and he would have tried to sneak in and kill Gillard.
I'm afraid that he might have, but that didn't even come to my mind because like the way that was played, I thought Gillard was awake. Yeah.
That's an interesting assessment.
Was he awake, Dustin?
I could neither confirm nor deny the awake status of Gillard Alexander.
I was going to say that all the kills and decapitations and stuff that Thren have done so far have been
Pretty satisfying.
in self-defense.
Self-defense.
Not Darren. Not Oren.
We walked into this bandit thing, okay, and we were just kind of, sitting there trying to interrupt their cash flow, and then they attacked us, so it was self-defense.
It's like, how would you like to do this, Thren? I'll cut his head off in self-defense.
He's coming right for me!
Hey, it's one way to just make sure that he does not get back up again. He has no way of being reanimated. There's no way he's coming back from that.
No.
You need reincarnation or some super high level.
No, resurrection it'll sew the head back on.
Oh, will it?
It's disintegration that you need true resurrection.
Did you have anything you wanted to talk about?
Oh man, not.
Do you want to rail on AJ for not involving you or anything?
I mean, I feel a little left out, but no, AJ, it's cool, man. I'm not even slightly upset about it. You're okay, buddy.
We needed you to be here to explain that to him.
Oh, explain the Darren thing?
No, explain that it's not his fault.
Oh, it's really not. You're juggling so much. But by the way,
we try to help and he won't let us.
Wait a minute. Quick shout out.
Talking about me.
You don't have a mic.
Shout out to our tech support, our sound guy, our producer, our director,
I'm stopping it.
AJ Cannon. Because, and hold on, AJ, before
We
you
have
stop
to. We
this.
have a whole thing and we have to close out with.
He has literally no boundaries in his life separating what he does for a living and what he does for fun. And that's why what he does seems like work.
You're bringing tears to Cynthia's eyes.
This guy pours himself into this podcast, knowing that it may or may not pan out financially, but it's fulfilling. It's fun. And he treats it like a full-time job, man.
He's working too
awesome.
hard.
He's awesome.
Everyone give him a hand.
Thank you, AJ.
You guys, make sure to check out Tiger Skull RPG, Commoners 15, all caps, for 15% off of his merchandise there. Also, we have 2 episodes of 5th Edition Face Off on YouTube. Go ahead and check it out at the Commoners on YouTube.
Chickadee, check it out, y'all.
Also, don't forget the Commoners on Instagram and
Insta,
Facebook. See ya.
Facebook. We're on all your things except TikTok. We're about to be up.
So he's
break
trying to
into it.
convince AJ to join TikTok
We're gonna
too.
break
Work
into it.
harder, AJ.
Cynthia will be running our TikTok.
See ya.
Later, guys.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Say It in Common with the Commoners of D&D. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Commoners Official so you never miss an episode or anything else. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Commoners, for even more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.